e.g. we can go to the applications and show off all of the apps which have been stored within the television. One important thing worth noting here, of course, is that you now no longer need to rely on Panasonic to produce these applications. Now we are using a generic operating system which is already existing in the market. So although this is the first range of television to use the Firefox operating system, this already exists on the mobile phone market. So in terms of the number of applications available, well, this isn't something where you need to wait for Panasonic to catch up just to produce an application any longer, when there is already an operating system out there which already supports such a standard. So if I go back to the main view here, one thing which is worth noting is that we only have 3 icons to choose from. 3 at this moment in time. Of course, we can change this and customize this. If we go over to the devices icon, then this effectively is going to give me the option to show all of my inputs, but also all of my connected devices, whether they are physically connected by a cable or by the network, maybe on Wi-Fi. So for example, all of your HDMI inputs, your analog inputs. Miracast from an Android product is also available within the devices list. Nice, easy way to access your Android products. Also down at the bottom here we have access to the devices which are on the network. So maybe a USB device which is in a TV over in another room connected to the same network. Maybe a folder full of music on an MP3 player which is connected to the network directly or via another DLNA product. Maybe a games console which is also on a network. You can shortcut these also though to your home screen. So let's say, for example, you have your satellite receiver connected to HDMI number 1. Well, here I can press the option button, and what this does is allows me to pin this to the home exactly the same as you can do now on Windows 8 if you have a PC at home. So if I pin this on the Mozilla Firefox operating system, I now have created a new shortcut to add to my deck within the home screen. So completely customizable. So I can add inputs, I could create a shortcut for an application. If I look through my apps list and you want to create a shortcut for VieraLink, or in this case the Firefox web browser, again I can pin this to the home screen and keep on customizing and adding widgets or applications to make them easier to find. Another example of that, in the browser for example, I may as well show you the new Firefox browser. It works very quickly. One of the advantages of the new operating system is that even on a TV which doesn't have such a fast processor like the 4K Pro, then you can buy a CX680 for example, which incorporates this feature and has a regular quad-core processor from Panasonic. The operating system and the web browser are exactly running at the same speed. So the advantage here is it works very quickly. I'm not waiting for the TV to catch up to the buttons which I'm pressing. But here we have our shortcuts in a much more modern view, rather than a list which comes down and shows our bookmarks. If we choose a particular website, which will then obviously appear on the screen, and I want to save this as a favourite, if I add the favourite there and bookmark that website, I can add that as an icon within the browser, or I can also pin this to the home screen. There we go. So now, in the same way that the web browser application and the satellite input have been stored as widgets, I've now got instant access to my favourite website. If you visit the same websites regularly, then instead of having to go into the home screen, go into the apps, go into the browser, search the bookmarks, launch the page, pause for breath, you can just go in the home screen and launch the page. Straightforward. And that's the Panasonic way. Taking technology and making it. If I go up to the top, then I can check the weather around the country or around the localization. We can make some changes to the settings or the location, or rather than just see what the weather will be like in this area throughout today, if I press the OK button, this will actually give me a much larger view into the world and what the weather is going to be like elsewhere. So we can see now throughout different parts of the week, different areas of the country. We can change the location of where we are looking and have a little bit more customization as to the information which is available to hand. And then finally on the right hand side we have the notification element where messages can be sent to the television, reminders can be set within the calendars as well, so birthdays, anniversaries and text messages. So again, we've got instant access to information directly on the television. So we refer to this as the info frame essentially because we have the ability to access information in all four sections of the TV, as opposed to the info bar, of course, which only appeared at the bottom of the television screen.